Today I haven't even moisturized this face. I am going to use the Biossance Squalane and Copper Peptide Rapid Plumping Serum. All right, this stuff's cool looking. Hold on, I'll show you. See, it's light blue. Isn't that fun? It's always fun to put weird blue stuff on your face. It looks like a mix of toothpaste and something else. So this is the serum. You're supposed to put it on every day. I kind of suck and forget at putting this on sometimes. I should probably put it by my bedside, but I had dreams of doing my whole face routine in here, but no. So, while I let that set in, how are you guys? Good morning, good morning. So, yeah, perimenopause, I put it up there. That's right. Something we don't all talk about or want to talk about. But maybe I'll wait till someone gets on. Nobody's on. Well, it said someone was on. I don't know. Yesterday it said nobody was on and people started talking. And I'm like, okay, I guess the numbers are lies. So say hello if you are here so I know I'm talking to somebody. Let's see. So I don't know. I don't know if perimenopause is starting, but I was told by my mom, that I really feel like I want to ask questions to people who have gone through it, but no one's here, maybe. If you're here and you're older and you've gone through perimenopause/menopause, say yes in the comments so we can have this discussion. Have you gone through perimenopause, or are you in it? Or have you gone through it? Or are you in menopause? No one wants to talk about this, huh? I'm putting now my Tatcha Dewy Skin or something. Yeah, Dewy Skin cream. I love this stuff. Smells like Fruit Loops or something to me. I just ordered some dermatology. I don't know how to say it because it's not the real word, but dermatology stuff. So that should be coming in the mail soon. I'm going to upgrade my face. I'm going to, you know, I'm not doing the Botox. I'm not doing that. Not doing any of that quite yet or ever probably, but I'm going to get some super cool creams in the mail soon. So, put that extra on the back of your hands, ladies. So, perimenopause, there's nobody here. It's too early. This is pretty early I'm on. It's even earlier than yesterday, I think. But, my monthly friend came this month, and it's TMI, but that's, I mean, you clicked on a video that said perimenopause, so I imagine you don't have any standards of etiquette either. But, so my monthly is like, it's really bad. It's been really bad for like 10 years, like really, really heavy. Really painful, just not fun, really bad. Did I mention it's bad? But I'm a trooper, I tough it out, whatever. But this month, it was like it never got really bad. It got like probably like what a normal person who has a heavy-ish period is. It got like that, but no worse. And then, so I've been waiting, like, what's happening? Is it gonna get, no? And now it's like it's the 4th or 5th day, and then it's going away. So I don't know. I'm like, is this the beginning of the end? Though I hear the beginning of the end can be years of agony. I don't know. It doesn't sound fun. I'm sure people talk about it in a negative way for a reason. So I don't know, but I want to know people's experience, because then I looked it up this morning while we were waiting to drop, while I was waiting to drop Cora off. So I was like, menopause, lighter period. And it came up and said most people during perimenopause get a lighter period. And I'm like, I didn't know that, because my mom told me the opposite. And then I know someone else, I'll keep secret for privacy reasons. No, one of my close friends is going through what she thinks is it, and it got worse, but then it would be like missing for months and then come back. So it's like, which is it? Or maybe it can be both. But it said, when I looked it up, it said if you have a heavier one, then you should go to the doctor. Like, that's abnormal. So what's normal, y'all? Do I just believe Google or my mom? They had very opposite answers. I'm not going to put quite as much as yesterday, which was like dripping everywhere. Here is, so this is the Glossier, and this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I got to clean out this drawer. Maybe I'll declutter my makeup today so I can like clean that. I didn't clean up the powder from yesterday. It's like all over. I may go out tomorrow night for a ladies' night. Okay, there's the Halo Glow. I'm going to mix them. Tomorrow night? No, Thursday night. I haven't been out with like random people. I've been out with friends a couple of times, but this would be like a networking, not, you know, just local Facebook group moms. Well, actually it's not moms, it's ladies. This is the ladies group. I'm in a moms group too. But this is a ladies connecting group. And I haven't seen them since probably before the pandemic. Right? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And the woman who runs it is my friend. I don't know if she'll be there or not, but so I'm going to hit her up to see if she's going. But if my husband can get home in time, I'm going to go hang out. Go back out into the world again, like the extrovert that I am. Get my mojo back? Is that it? That sounds, I don't know. Isn't mojo, is that more like I'm trying to like be somebody, date somebody? I'm not trying to do that. I got a husband. Get my mojo back. Sounds like I'm out on the prowl. So I like the Halo. I like the Halo because it's really rainy and cloudy out. Not rainy, cloudy. Because it has a nice little glow. See, woo, nice dewy. I like the dew because my skin is so dry. So I put my podcast out today, and check it on out, y'all. I should put a link to my podcast in these. I don't think I ever do that, which is kind of stupid. Is it down there? I don't know. To check after. Who am I talking to? Nobody. Literally nobody's here this morning. It's okay. I don't need an audience. This is just, it's what I do anyway. Minus a little of the talking. I'd probably be singing to myself. This is my Charlotte Tilbury. And there are always people on the replay. There's definitely like, I don't know, there's usually at least over a classroom size of people that watch it later, right? So you guys, I'm talking to you now. But comment. Talk to me about menopause. Let's do, we're gonna do this again. That guy. I love this color so much. I'm obsessed. Love it. Love that color. That color is number 3. They don't have color names on here, do they? No. Oh. But it's the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked, the butterfly cover. Oh, I didn't do my under eye. Please stand by while I do my under eye. Yeah, definitely got to declutter these drawers today. Have you noticed I've been doing 40 bags in 40 days for Lent? So fun. And for Lent, instead of taking away something, I added vegetables. Like more vegetables. I already eat vegetables, obviously, but so every day I'm eating more veggies. I just cook them up every single day, load myself up with veggies. I'm going to keep doing it after Lent. It's something I used to do and I stopped. I don't know why. I don't know why. You know, you go in and out of habit sometimes. Okay, that's better. We needed a little concealer. I want to change up the eye. But I want to do, I like doing these ambient colors. Maybe I'll mix some of that in today. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Let's do brown with the little coral. So we're gonna do this brown. Gotta do it here. I don't think I have any calls today, which is amazing. Oh no, I do. I have one. What time is that? 2 o'clock. One at 2, but all morning I do not have any calls, so I can work. All right. Like not call work, like work on my course. I'm creating a course for, I'm so excited, for narcissistic abuse recovery. And I'm gonna make it fun, and I'm gonna do like I'm gonna try, see if I can do it, a choose your own adventure type thing. So within each module, you can choose a different path, but you're like getting to the same results of like finding peace and feeling free and like undoing the damage of abuse. But there will be like different, because everyone's different, right? Like some people may prefer to do longer, let's say like a meditation. Some of my clients love like a quick 4-minute meditation in the morning, right? Then I have clients that are like, I want a longer meditation. Like they want like to go real deep. So I'm gonna like offer different things like that. And then I'm gonna offer, I think I might even offer like more spiritually heavy, like God related things, like prayer versus like a meditation, you know? It's more like Christian, like a Christian based path. I don't know. I'm exploring. I love getting creative in that way. Just like, ooh, do something different, you know? Like a lot of this stuff, a lot of information people pay money for, like a lot of the information is out there. It's a matter of you like the person's energy, or it's very specific and all together like for you already, you know? You don't have to go Google this and that. It's like a little package of like, this is what you do, you know, like all together set up, which is nice. But I want it to be something different. As you know, I don't like to fit in the box. I feel like I need a little lighter. Hold on. I'm gonna use there's like a really light color in this one. Oh, that was the elephant palette I was using. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the whitish powder right there. This is like a all over face powder I'm using, but I've been using this on my eyes. I feel like, honestly, I could probably get rid of all my eyeshadows and just be using these. It's like my go-to now. It's kind of strange, but I like it. Because I have a lot. There's more where that came from. I have so many eyeshadows, and I actually have not been reaching for them. Every Christmas I get like the Christmas packs, but it's almost like these stay on better than some of these. But then there's some shimmery colors, like this is really pretty. So maybe I'll go through and pick a couple favorites and then just keep the hourglass palettes. Yeah, like that's pretty. Cause like on the daily, maybe I'd get like keep a palette like that for like nighttime, like a deeper eye look. But some, like this one, I really don't use. So interesting, eh? All right, let's do our eyes and shush our mouths. I'm gonna do a little eyeliner. Shake it up. This is Lancome. I do like this. I do. But, oh, there's a L'Oreal one. I forgot I had this. Oh, it's that cat eye one that the thing fell out. There's like a thing you can take out and put, where did it go? Oh, there it is. You put it up against your eye to like draw the liner. Hold on, let's see. I can never do a cat eye. Like, I think it's because like how my eyelids hang or something. I don't know. So you're supposed to do, I guess, like, I don't even know. Maybe it would help if I... We'll try it. Let's do it. I can always take it off because it'll be easier this way. Oh my gosh, this is like a mess. Hold on. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be horrible. It's because hold on, I need to look up closer in the mirror, so this is not going well. Hold on. Do I have a handheld mirror? Yeah, I have this one. Let me do this. This is hard because, okay, that's not gonna work. I gotta just get really close. Yeah, it's not gonna work because of where my eye goes, you know? Like, it's gonna cover it. I can't, no. Guess that's why I haven't used it. All right, we're just gonna do regular, uh-oh. Uh-oh, hold the phone. I need to, it's not all the way to the lash line, so. Make sure it's on this one too. Okay. Let's try this again. You gonna let me love you. I really want to go to a concert. I haven't been to a concert since pre-COVID. Have you? Have you? I know most people were not as careful as us, especially like in the last year, since like all the vaccinations and everything, but yeah, I'd love to go see a band. Gotta order some new liner. I don't know if I'll reorder this. What's your favorite liquid liner? This one's okay. I like L'Oreal, their liquid liner. That's the one I've used since like 10th grade. But the felt tip started getting kind of weird on those. I don't have patience. Like balling up kind of. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just doing my makeup, talking about some woman stuff. But I'll stop talking about it if you like. How are you? What's going on? Just finishing up. Oh, Marie, you guys both jumped on at exactly the same time. Oh, Marie, I can ask you. This is private information. So if you're like, back off, Christy, this is TMI. But I just want to know, in your experience, what you know of perimenopause, is it usually lighter or heavier during perimenopause? Sorry, any men out there. I'm very sorry if you're listening. But my mom told me, Mommy told me, I always listen to my mom. I believe everything she said. I did. She said it's like it gets crazy heavier during perimenopause. And so, I don't know. I'm 43, so it could be happening maybe. I don't know. And mine got lighter this time, which it never is. It's never lighter. It's like hell. Mine is absolute hell every month. It's like basically I should be dead. That's what I feel like every month. I'm like, how am I not dead by now? I don't know. It's awful. It's painful. It's tragic. And I'm tough. I mean, if people knew the amount of pain I go through, that I just yours is super heavy. Ugh, man. I feel like mine cannot get heavier or I will literally pass out and die. So I'd have to, I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? Well, usually we don't talk about this stuff, though. I would say this isn't a topic we often go to. And I talk, obviously like yesterday, I talk about whatever. I used to keep it more focused and, like my channel was makeup when it started. Yeah, I'll tell you my little history. So actually, because I got up to like 30,000 subscribers and it was very engaged, thousands of views on most of my videos when I was doing like at the height of it, when I had the most engagement, when I was like really involved more. And it was like makeup, and then I started doing Whiny Wednesdays, and that developed almost, I don't want to say a cult, but you know, that type of following that's like these people that every Wednesday would watch. It was so fun. So that was a fun time. And then I started doing like declutter videos and hauls, like, you know, where you go shopping, they call it HAUL, like they call them hauls. I never heard that word for that until YouTube. So I would do hauls, shopping, decluttering, and that's when it started. I mean, that it just all of a sudden it was like I had, you know, like 1,000, and then like, I don't know, like overnight it was like 10,000, and I was like, whoa. And then it was like got to 30,000. But I think around that time I was looking into adoption. remember I did Tea Bag Tuesdays. I would sit, instead of drinking wine, I would drink tea and talk about the adoption process, because that was something. And I just fell away. I was working and focusing so much on the adoption. It was like I didn't have as much time. And then YouTube also changed how they paid people, and it was really annoying because it was favoring only the people who had really huge followings. So us little people, us little guys swimming around in the big pond, you've been too depressed to do videos. Why are you depressed, Marie? Let's help you. Why don't you reach out? Email me. Let's fix you up. Seriously, we can talk, and if like price is a problem, we'll see what we can do. Girl, you know what I do is lift people up. It's what I do. It helps. It helps to have like support and accountability. If you don't have like a therapist or someone, and it's not a matter of like, oh, I don't need help. Like I had a best friend who was like, that's cool, you do therapy. I would never, like, I can handle my own life. I don't need to talk to someone about, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's really nice to have someone on your side from severe depression. Yeah. And and this is a whole other conversation, but with depression, a lot of it, I mean, I had very severe depression at a point in my life, and after my friend passed away, but it like would not shake, and the doctor's like, you have to go on medicine. And I was very anti-medicine. I'm not, and that's for myself because I get side effects with everything. I was just like, no. So I was like, did not want to take it because I didn't want to deal with side effects and this and that. So I had to drag myself out of that depression. I started running every morning. I joined a class, just to, like a daily class that was at the community college, like just to get myself up and out, like to have a reason I had to get out of bed every day because I was so depressed. I was not even wanting to get up. I mean, I was not getting out of bed. I was not even, like, I would shower because, you know, I like to shower, but I like wasn't shaving as often. Like, I was not eating well. There was just, it was hard. And so, you know, whether it's me or someone else, I think talking and like, I don't like to sit in the why too much. I think it's important. And like, as a coach, people go different ways. Some coaches really like, oh, let's get into the why and dig deep. And I think it's important to do a little of that, but I don't like to sit there. I don't like to wallow in the why. I think it's important to recognize, well, it helps for me to understand why things are a certain way or what could be a possibility. But what's more important to me is, okay, well, what is working right now and what's not? And you can delve a little into the why. And you don't want to talk. Well, what if we just talked about not what's causing it, right? Because like I said, it's not just about the why. To me, there's so many whys, and sometimes we won't even figure out the why. Or the why sometimes to me doesn't even matter, depending on what it is. And I've said that, and some people might disagree, especially in this like coaching therapy world. the why so matters, right? In therapy, that is the whole, almost the whole point is the why. And that's where I'm like, you know, I did therapy. I didn't talk about all the things I maybe should have. I talked about what I felt like talking about and more, which I loved about my therapist. She was very much, and probably why I am formed this way in my thoughts, she was very like, okay, you want to talk about? Well, you're sitting here, so let's move forward. What can we do to get you in a better headspace or to break the cycle? Because in my family there was some toxic stuff going on. She was like, okay, we don't have to talk about all the details and all the whys and dig down deep, but let's stop the cycle then for you, for your kids, right? And so you can live a happier, less dramatic, less chaotic life. So just know I'm here. I mean, look, I can't force anyone to do anything. It's just especially like I know you, I care about you, right? Like I feel a connection to you, so it hurts me to see people I care about suffer, knowing that there is more out there for you and there is joy and there is happiness, and I know that I could help. Like I know I've had 100% success rate with helping people, you know, thrive, right? That's why I named my podcast, But Still She Thrives. Yes, we've known each other a long time. It's not like I'm a stranger. And you could freely, I mean, knowing what I know of you that you don't want to talk, I don't think I would ask questions you wouldn't want to answer. But when you're comfortable with someone, you could easily be, to me, I would hope you feel comfortable, like, you know, I don't really want to answer that. I don't want to talk about that. And that's fine. No one should push you past your comfort level. And that's a difference. I think a lot of coaches and therapists, they're like, oh, you got to really push people. If you're not ready, I don't think it is, I don't think it's beneficial. I think it can be detrimental if you poke a wound that is not ready to be poked or that doesn't want to be poked. I think our own discernment is there for a reason. Look, I'm a God believer, as you know. I think God will nudge us to do what he wants to do when we're ready, if we're ready. And maybe it's just not our style to do that. Maybe the wounds are too deep. Yeah. Oh, my doctor wanted me to see there. Yeah, I know. I know you said you right, but like in general, you might not want to talk. I see what you're saying though. Yeah. But I'm just putting out there, I would, you know, I would love to help you because you're like, I love to help anybody, everybody I can, but especially I already know you. It's like even more, I have more invested. If yeah. So I'm here if you want to talk, not talk deep, but say, okay, where are we? What are the things we can do? And part of that is, you know, like brainstorming together and getting kind of a plan together and just talking about, not the past, but talking things out in the current situation, how they could look different to get you to a better place. And also the accountability of, and that's like with my clients now, right? My weekly clients, they come every week, and it's like, that is what I loved about therapy. Even I would do, like when I was younger, I went to therapy. There was a time I felt like I don't know if I even really needed it at the time, right? But my mom was like, you're going every week for the rest of your life now. So I went, and it was cool because even just accountability wise, like I was applying for colleges, example, right? I didn't care. Like I was a free spirit and I wanted to go fun with my friends, whatever. I was a teenager, you know, but I was like, oh, I'm going to go be seeing Margaret on Tuesday. And she said I had to have my first application filled out. So it's like accountability, you know. Drugs, no. Therapist, no. Yeah. And look, maybe because my therapist, I think I was very lucky that she didn't make me go deep. She was very like me, like very direct, no fluff. She would be like, yeah, that person's a freaking asshole, you know, like she wasn't all fuzzy and warm like typical therapists, which worked for me because that's not exactly how I'm very compassionate. Marie, you know my personality, right? Like I'm very compassionate. I love deeply. I care. Occasionally I'll cry at American Idol when there's one of those sad stories. um, but I also am like, we are here for a short time, and I don't want to wallow in my past. I don't want to have people sit and wallow in their past. I don't want people using excuses. I want people to figure out the quickest way to be the best selves they can be, right? That's what I try to help people do. Um, there's no fixing, right? Like we don't need to look at the broken pieces and the fixing and it, right? It's like, look, we all have our stuff. Your doctor said that too, yeah. Headstrong. And you know, but that's you. That's your style. That's okay. Something can work for you. So whether you figure it out on your own, you know, which I'm sure you're very capable, sometimes it helps to have support, and that's not a bad thing, you know. But yes, a lot of therapists, I actually was like, oh, because me and my therapist, I mean, we're friends now. Like, I can't go to her anymore. I was with her since I was 14. We basically became friends. It'd be like when we were talking, like I was like her therapist. I mean, we were like getting advice from each other. I mean, it's a riot. I love her to death. So we keep in touch, but at this point, it's like past patient therapy. So last year I was like, oh, maybe I'll get it was just so isolating and whatever. And I was like, just feeling like I didn't want to vent or burden my friends or something by talking about a certain thing going on. So I was like, oh, get a therapist. And it was like, she was very sweet, but it was like very typical therapist. Like, okay, tell me what happened. Tell me how do you feel? And, and it was just like, no. So I stopped that. That didn't last. But she was very awesome. If she ever sees this video, thank you. It was very lovely. You're very sweet. I'd recommend her to people who like traditional therapy. I did not have a traditional therapist. You lost a lot. Yeah. The pandemic, man, it was hard, obviously. I mean, that's an understatement, right? Everybody had some sort of loss, change in their lives, shift in the brain. There was more divide, as we talked about yesterday. So, I mean, I get wanting to feel like we have control, but I think just because we want support doesn't mean we don't have control, you know? But I get traditional therapy is not for everybody. It wasn't even for myself. And maybe I should talk about that. I should do an episode about that. The thing is, the therapists come at me. I've already had therapists come at me before about like the narcissistic stuff. And one day my life was destroyed. So, yeah. Yeah. And that's tough. And that's a big... I felt like Job. Yeah. Yeah. And that's very tough. But you're strong, right? And you are strong. I know that about you. I know you're tough. We can tell just by how you talk, right? You're like, I got this. No medicine, not it, right? So the strength is in there. And you know, I mean, my thing is no therapist or anything will ever be as great as God or replace God, right? So, but I think he can put certain people in our lives to help support us if we want it. Is it a need? Maybe not. Maybe we could do it without them, you know? But sometimes it's just nice. I love it. I have no shame in my support game because I feel like I do so much alone. I'm so independent in so many ways. Charlotte's picking up the pieces. Yeah. And it's piece by piece, one by one, right? You know it. Yep. Yep, Bubble. Bubble, I'm just going to call you Bubble Trouble. Bubble Trouble. Bubble Trouble's here. But yeah, picking up the pieces. And don't feel like you have to pick them all up at once. I mean, like, when we've gone through something that brings us down, it's very, very important. And one of my coaches, I had like a business coach, I remember I'm the type, I want to pick up everything yesterday. I don't like to be stopped. I don't like to be paused. I like to go, go, go and feel 100%. When I get knocked down, I get like pissed. I do not like to be knocked down. I don't like to be depressed feeling. I don't like to feel like I don't have a handle on everything. And during the pandemic, I was like telling her, I feel like, you know, like I'm just white knuckling through this. When I was homeschooling Cora and we were so isolated because of Mike's disease and Cora's asthma, and the fear set in, and I don't like to have fear like that controls what I'm doing on a daily basis, right? Reinvent yourself. Yes. Well, you know, that is exactly what I hope people do. I feel like I want to call my next program You 2.0. That's what I joked. One of my clients that she's been coming for months now. That's what it was like, I think I just won't say her name. Her husband passed away. And she's young. She's a little younger than me. And she came to me and was like, do you work with people that aren't moms? Because, you know, I've been working with moms mostly. And I said, well, let's talk. So it's been amazing. The shift in her life has been amazing. And it's so cool to watch. And I always am like, oh, no, it's You 2.0. We can't go backwards. We're not sitting in the seats back there anymore, right? But back to my point of my business coach just said to me one day, she's like, it is brick by brick. Because I'm like, but this happened and that, and like, I need to get this all back together. And she's like, okay, you do, that's fine. But it's one brick at a time, you know, like we can overwhelm ourselves when we look at all the stuff that's different or missing, the bricks that have fallen, right? If you're picturing a big brick wall, it's so overwhelming to be like, how on earth am I going to get that built up again? It's almost like can feel like it's impossible sometimes, right? But it's not. And, you know, I see that right now because I'm in a good headspace right now, whatever. But when you're not, it can feel like I'm too tired to build that wall. You know, I'm too tired. That's thriving when that wall is filled. I'm too tired for that shit, right? I get that. Making breakfast was a success. Yes. Give yourself a pat on the back. Put on some fun music, right? And just celebrate that. That's great. It is. It's brick by brick. So it's like, and then tomorrow you have that first brick already there. So you make breakfast again. And then you know, you do the other brick on top, whatever it is. And with my client that I was talking about, imagine her loss. She's young, lost her husband, and she's like lost. And now it's only been, gosh, I think 3 months, but she's like in physical therapy for something she had put off. She's doing that. She is out. She's not taking her medications anymore. She's off her medicine. Like that I feel like I could cry. That gives me such life. And it's God's work. So I'm not like, oh, I helped her do that. But God worked through me to help her get her off medication for depression. Like, that's so cool. Yes. And she is in school again. And she is now applying to jobs. And her goal is by January or February to be moved out of the state she's in. Because she was there, you know, married and whatever. And she wants to go back to where she has some friends and all of that in a more aligned area for her. Just even like politically and stuff, it's like, you know, she lives in a different area than she'd like to, whatever. But bottom line is, it's amazing that like that is like when those things happen, when she was like, yeah, I'm like, you know, weaned off medicine. It's like, that is why I love what I do, right? It's like, I don't want you sitting and crying on a couch talking about the past for an hour, right? That's not what we do. It's, okay, where are we? And how can we go up from here? Brick by brick, sparkle by sparkle, I call it in mine. But how can I get there? And when you do it brick by brick, it goes more quickly, which doesn't make sense because you're like, what? Because when you try to pick up 5 bricks and move them all at the same time, you're going, most likely, most people, 98% of people, if you're already in a bad headspace, you're not going to be able to carry those bricks. You're going to fall down, you're going to drop some bricks, then you're going to get mad and focus on the bricks you dropped. Rather than, it's a lot easier to take 1 brick, carry it, it's lighter, it's easier to do, and you get to have that proud moment like you do. I did that today. Okay, yay. Can I add another brick now? Have I built up enough little strength from carrying this brick? Maybe I have enough strength to carry the 2 bricks tomorrow, right? Like, or add the 2nd brick. So I don't know. This is why I love this work. I'm glad we're talking about it. I would love to help you. If you want it. Obviously, if you don't, it's fine. But that I'm just trying to give you an idea of how I work with people. It's not like therapy. It's like, bitches, we're queens and we deserve to have happy lives. So that's what I'm here for. And kings, okay? We got kings out there too, but my audience, which doesn't mean anything. I have men that write me about my podcast. They listen to the podcast. So maybe I should call it but still he, she thrives. But I don't know. Marie, I am sorry that you're going through this hard time, and I know you'll get out of it. You'll get out of it on your own, or if you get support, it could maybe accelerate it a little. I don't know. It all depends where you're at, or but no, I'm here either way, as a friend, as whatever. If you want to work with me, yes, or if you just want to get something out on email, whatever, I am here. So, and that goes for anyone else too. If you guys are, hold on, let me see. The oldest lyrics known has these lyrics. While you live, shine, have no grief at all. Life is only here for a short while, and time will take its toll. 200 BC. That's an oldie but goodie, right? I like that. Yeah. While you live, shine. I love it. That's shine, thrive, go hand in hand, right? It's like, you'll email me. Okay, Marie. It goes, it goes hand in hand, shining, and sometimes you have to rebuild, right? God, what is it? God never promised us no suffering. It's not like the purpose of life to suffer, but he did promise us, actually, there will be ups and downs, right? You know what? Let's get the message of the day, and then I got to go get to my coursework. What's today? The 8th? No. Hold on. What's the date, guys? Menopause sucks. I'm not excited. Maybe it'll be better for me. Just pretend with me. Is it the 7th? What's the date? What's the date? I can't look on my phone because you all are taking it up. I can't believe it's been 43 minutes. Holy wow. But it was worth it. It was a good conversation. I want to help my friend. 7th. Okay. Oh, there's actually writing. I don't think I've ever written on any page, and you can see. But March 7th last year, I wrote on this page. Okay. So this must be a big message coming. Psychulos epitaph. Interesting. An AI. All right, let me help you through this day. The challenges you face are far too great for you to handle alone. You are keenly... I love when God does this. You are keenly aware of your helplessness in the scheme of events you face. And don't take helplessness as weakness. It's like in God's way of helplessness. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need him. This awareness opens up a choice to doggedly go it alone or to walk with me in humble steps of dependence. Actually, this choice is continually before you, but difficulties highlight the decision-making process. So consider it all joy whenever you are enveloped in various trials. Consider it all joy. These are gifts from me, reminding you to rely on me alone. Yes, God sent us all to have this conversation. And I wrote underneath in my little handwriting last year that you get to rely on me, right? And maybe that's it. Maybe that's what this message is about today, Marie. It's not this relying on, and look, I think God can work through people. So I'm just saying, if you want support from me, from anyone else, like the human vessel, God may be sending you. I don't know. It's like, it's not like this helpless thing. It's just like you get to rely on God. Like, let that be a relief. Like, it doesn't have to be all on you. It can be through God, and maybe that is through another human. I don't know. Maybe it's not therapist. Maybe it's not medicine. Maybe it's friendship and someone else. Maybe it's working with me. Maybe it's listening to certain music. Whatever it is, I'm not pushing anything on you. I'm just saying that I don't want you to feel like support is a weakness. It's like actually a gift from God, like that you're able to lean on him through something that he is showing you. So just pay attention to the signs, I guess, right? And make sure it feels like God. Because you know. Okay, that's it. I got to get back to work. Well, I got to get to work. I didn't work at all yet today. Might want to brush this little mop over here that I call hair. I don't get there because insurance can fight it. Yeah. Well, email me. We'll see what we can do. I will customize a plan with you, like what works for you, your schedule, whatever we can figure. If you would like to do that, I'd love to. Everyone else, same goes for you. If anyone is feeling any sort of way, you don't have to be narcissistic abuse. That's my specialty. You don't have to be a mom. Yes, thanks for stopping by, Bubble. You can always reach out, Fierce Mama, MAMAC @gmail.com. Have a great day too, guys. Deuces and smooches and deuces. Oh.